and I don't know why. Oh shit, that's not good. What is missing? Okay, I need to do some troubleshooting. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm here in the cab because here it's where we are working. I decided to upgrade the media system, and so I will change everything here, and I will install this Alpine 7-inch display media station. It's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be big. I wanted to have a big screen actually, so that's the main point of this. Beside the higher quality of sound and all the other functions that this radio has, which are a lot, I wanted to have a big screen to see clearly the backup camera, and as well because this one has two digital input, one HDMI and another one, so I can have the security system that I show you in the last video directly connected to the screen with a HDMI cable, so I can see even while driving all the cameras in one screen. And it's big enough to have like 4 different cameras on it, and I can still see what's happening around me. Especially useful in high traffic roads, or when you're doing, you know, side parking or something like that. And another cool feature is that this radio have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto wirelessly, so I don't need to any USB cable to work, and so I can use it for navigation and other stuff. Basically, it turns the Fiat Ducato into a Tesla. No, seriously. I'm really happy with Alpine. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I just genuinely love Alpine as a brand. In my cars in the past, old cars, I always had Alpine radios, even the basic one, but still the sound, the quality of the sound, it's amazing. And as you can see, I already mounted here some speakers from Alpine with the dedicated bass to fit here on the Fiat Ducato, and I'm gonna show you briefly how I did it. I just took some video. I'm gonna just show you how I did it. It's very simple, that's why I'm not including this full tutorial on the video, because it's really simple. It's just 4 screws, and you don't need to cut any wires. It works with the original wires of these speakers, so it's really easy to install them. So enough talking, let's open up the box. I already unboxed it, so this is not a tutorial, this is not an unboxing, so I just have everything inside here, but it's not in the way it arrives. This video is just to document the process. Then with the radio system here, which is gonna be on top with a big screen basically over it, I'm gonna install on the underneath it the radio, CB radio transceiver. I have already installed an antenna outside on the side of the front of the van, and it's just for fun. It's really useful when you're traveling with friends and they also have one, so you can talk with them easily even if you don't have cellular service, and it's much easier to use than the cell phone, even while driving. Every truck driver has one, so it's really immediate and really fun to use. So yes, this is it. Let's start working right now. First, you need to take out the original radio, which is easier than I thought. There is 1, 2, 3 and 4 holes here. There is a special tool, but you can also use for a small screwdriver. You have to basically insert the screwdriver here for like an inch or so and push outwards. Like if this is the if my finger is the screwdriver, you have to make this movement like this, and all 4 of them at the same time, and then pulling. And I already did this because it's difficult to do it while filming. But I'm gonna show you underneath how the clips works, so you can understand. Okay, so this is the radio, and here there are 1 and 2 clips. And when you get it out, there is this frame, this metal frame here, which is attached on the dashboard plastic with 4 screws, and I already removed them. And then there is this big clip that you have to push it and it releases easily, and then the antenna. This is just my version of it. I just have a normal antenna, there's no DAB. And there's another one which I already take it out, which is this one. It's the USB cable that goes basically, it's this one. And the frame is attached here, 1, 2, 3 and 4 screws. As you can see, this is the frame and those are the clips. When you put something inside and you push on the side of those, you can release the radio like this and this one. See, you can release the radio from the, let's see if I can do it with one hand, something like this. Of course, there are 2 on the other side as well. I want to do it. Oh, there we go. See, and this is open right now. So those clips here, you push like this and it releases from here. 4 at the same moment, and you can detach the radio. And this is the frame that was originally placed here like this, with the screws removed. So yeah, this is the first step. We don't need this. I can resell it, but it's gonna be difficult. Oh, by the way, this is the VP2 radio, original one. There is multiple versions on the Fiat Ducato, and you really need to ask to a dealer or somebody that knows. This is the tripod. The nose, because there are many different kind of harness to attach the Alpine radio to the original Ducato system, to be able to use the steering wheel here, controllers, and to be able to, you know, integrate the radio as much as possible with the van, and as well to be able to use the USB port right here and the backup camera as well. Spero che sia a fuoco. I need to make some modification on the wires for the backup camera to be wired on the Alpine radio, and if you want to use the aux port down there, but I don't think I'm gonna use it, so I'm gonna leave it there. But beside of that, it's really a plug-and-play solution. Okay, so at this point I have 3 plugs: the antenna, analog antenna, the USB auxiliary port, which is down there, and the main harness, with all the speakers, the power connection, and as well other stuff like the bus of the van and who knows what. I already route here few cables. So one is this one, which is the transceiver radio antenna, which is this one outside. I don't know if you can see it. As well, can we appreciate the view of today's video? I'm up in the mountain on a Alpine lake for work, and just in the lunch break I'm filming this. There is some clouds up there, but it's pretty sunny. Some first snow on the peaks, even though it's mid-July. Then I already have here this HDMI from the DVR on the back for the cameras, and I should have another one. There we go. I have another one from the Raspberry Pi with the Victron Venus OS system. So basically I wanted to mirror the touch panel that I have back in the van as well here on the radio. That's because when I'm driving and I'm charging the battery with the alternator, with the DC-DC charger, or if there is sun or whatever, I can see how is working the system, and as well I can control things like turning on the AC or the water heater. So this is what I need to reconnect to the new radio. Let's open up the box and let me show you what's inside. First and most important thing is the frame, which in my case, with my configuration of original radio, I needed this one. It's everything I'm gonna show you here, it's from Alpine. Some of the things are included with the radio. Other stuff like this one is not included. It's a kit that you need to buy on the side, and they came with instruction. Then let's see, with that it comes this one, which is the harness to connect to the specific type of radio that I have, and as well it can translate the data cable from the car to the radio. Then we have the antenna cable, so from the original one to a standard one for the radio, and the USB-C. This Alpine radio has two USB output, one for power and data and another one just for power, and this one is gonna attach to the original one and to the radio on the other side to be able to use the one underneath the dashboard. Then there is some brackets and screws for this frame to be attached to the dashboard, and those brackets to be able to attach the radio on the frame itself. That goes something like this. Those are just covers for the base of the screen. This is the last piece of the puzzle. In my case, I needed to buy a digital antenna because my van doesn't have one. So this is also something I bought on the side, and I'm not gonna use it right now, even though I need to find a place to install this, probably on the windshield somewhere on the side where I don't see it much. More instruction. This is the harness instruction, so they give you some direction how to install the cables and how to use the original button on the steering wheel to control the settings on the radio. Then I bought on the side as well this converter that translate the HDMI input from the Raspberry Pi into a separate, video audio output, and this is going to connect into the Alpine radio, and this needs also power, but I'm gonna steal power from the radio. I'm gonna show you later how. This is an extra harness and a USB port, because some Fiat Ducato have a secondary aux port. Mine doesn't have it, so this is not gonna be used in my case. Power cables. This is not of the Alpine radio, but this is for the CB radio, which is a Midland radio, and it's this one. It's the Alan 88. It's the only one from Midland that has a DIN format, so it can be inserted in a DIN space, standard space for radio on cars, and it has its own microphone, which is this one, and its own speakers right here, so I don't need to connect this to anything else, just give it power and the antenna, which is outside, and it works. But I'm gonna leave it on the side because this needs some modification of the frame to be installed, because it doesn't fit really, so I need to open a little bit, here more on the bottom to be able to fit the Midland radio on this system here. More screws. Then there is the actual unit, the actual Alpine unit, which is this one. And this is the screen plug that is gonna attach it right there. And on the back there is a lot of plugs, the radio, USB-C, and more plugs, HDMI in and output. I'm not gonna use the output. This is just if you have a secondary screen. I also bought on the side this original screen protection for the display. I can protect the display of the radio because it's so big and so expensive. Oh, by the way, I spent around 1,200 euro for this radio, including all the extra kit that I bought, so antenna, harness kit, and frame. And last but not least, there is the display, which is down here on the bottom, of course.
A few moments later.
Okay, very well protected. This is the display. Let's see, it's really big. I mean, look at that. It's huge. It's like having an iPad on the dashboard, and it has this big beefy bracket that gives you a lot of adjustment. So I'm gonna leave it inside here for protection, because this is the last thing to install on the radio, of course. Okay, so I think we can start to put together something, especially with the wires. Okay, I've just connected the two adapters cable here, USB and antenna, and I'm gonna wrap them here with some tape to prevent disconnections. And I have this special tape, which is just like it's not plastic. It feels like it's fabric, and it's similar to the original tape that you find, like this one on the car's wires. So I just cut the original backup camera cable, and I connected a plug to be able to connect to the rear camera plug of the Alpine head unit. Not sure if it's gonna work. I find a datasheet online about the pins here, and this should be the signal from the camera. Not sure about this one, which they call I don't remember, but I'm gonna try. And on this one there is a couple of other plugs, as well as this wire, which is the speed sensor, and I need to connect it with this one, which is still a speed sensor, but coming from the this little control board that converts the bus from the car, which is this one, into other stuff, and it extracts the speed sensor. Let me figure out some of this, as well as this is the GPS antenna of the Alpine unit that I'm gonna mount over there somewhere. And I have also, where is it, the microphone for the, you know, to make calls, and a couple other plugs. So let me connect everything, and then let's see if it works at the end. Not sure actually. This is an experiment. Okay, so as you can see here, I took apart a lot of things. This because I have to route the microphone. They suggested to install it like right here in front of the steering wheel, but I wanted to have it right there. The original one, it's inside here, and I wanted this to be basically on the same position. So the cable goes behind here, behind this trim, down. I removed the vent here. I broke one clip long time ago, so right now I'm able to remove it without taking apart the bottom piece here. To remove this screw, there is just one pin here holding the air vent outlet. So the small cable goes inside here. As you can see, it's here. I removed the instrument panel to route it down there. I removed this vent as well. This one, it's easier. It has just two pins like this one and on the bottom. So you just need to pull it carefully, because otherwise the front plate will disattach to the assembly. So I help myself pushing from the back, as well pulling from the front. And right now the microphone cable, it's here basically, and I need to do the same for the GPS antenna. I want to put it basically right here. They suggest to mount not close to the unit, so there's no interference, and also because it's on plastic, if you can take it outside on the metal of the van, it's great. It's long enough, I guess, but in my case I'm gonna have it just inside here, and they give you this sticker, but as you can see here, not sure if you can pick it up, it's basically a metal plate. It's needed for the antenna to have a ground plane. If you don't know what a ground plane of an antenna is, that's a long topic, but basically this one hacked as a ground plane when you're not mounting the GPS antenna on top of like the metal of the van. And I think I'm gonna mount it right here, have the cable going back down and doing the same route of the mic cable. It's a long process. It's already 2 hours of work, and I'm just started. So not gonna finish today probably. There is more cable. Also I have to place the DAB antenna, probably on the similar location. So let's see you when I'm ready to connect the head unit. Okay, so I made some progress and let me show you. Everything is back together right here, but I removed the other vent and also the tray here. It was like this, just with 2 screws underneath. You just lift it up. So I have access, complete access on the area. The microphone is still hanging here, not sure about that. Then I installed the DAB antenna over there. It's not the best looking thing, but it's like on the instruction they said to do that and leave some space from the beam, because the metal of the beam can influence the reception. And the cable goes all the way around, down here and back, all together with the other one. GPS antenna installed as well. Oh, the DAB antenna had one ground wire. I basically removed these 2 bolts of the sunshade thing and place the ground on 1 bolt there. So, okay, now this should be ready to receive the head unit. I also prepare here this, which is the plug that goes into radio for the steering remote, those buttons. I fixed the head unit with brackets inside the front frame. That's how it looks, basics. And I place, this is the extra preamp output if you're, but I'm not gonna use it, but I'm gonna leave the cable on the radio. This is the second input, video input. One will be the HDMI straight into this. The other HDMI that I have from the Victron system, I'm gonna use this converter. Input HDMI, output composite or whatever, needs power. I take power with a USB from one of those coming from the radio. I use some tape here to prevent the USB plug to detach. This one is, as you can see here, USB number 2, 1.5 ampere for charge, and the other one, it's different. It's labeled as, hello, USB 1, 2.4 amps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So this one has also data, and I'm gonna attach the other one here to this, so maybe I can use a USB pen drive with some music on it and probably being able to read it. And the cable here, I had to buy a special converter because there is apparently 2 different standards. One that has the first pin ground and then video and then the 2 audio, and the other one it's video first and then ground, and the radio needs the video first and then ground. So I had to buy this so I can switch place. It's bulky, but I think there is enough space back here. I think right now I'm gonna try to connect everything on the radio, place it loosely in the dash, attach this display, the screen, and see if it turns on and if it works, if everything works, if especially the rear camera, if that works, or I need to work a little bit more with the cables, because I'm not really sure about that. But I'm gonna test it, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I've just attached everything together, and also the display without the screws, but it is connected. And I installed as well the protection for the screen. I thought it's the best moment to do that because it was clean. I didn't have to clean the display, and so it's protected now on. And this is the screen with the protection. Still need to remove the final, blue cover, but I'm not gonna do that right now. It's just laying there, everything connected. And as well, I forgot that I have to cut some plastic to be able to fit this stuff. I'm gonna show you later. And right now I just wanna try to turn it on and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't explode, so let's try. Okay, that's good. Nothing happening here. Okay, I just pushed this button, but nothing is happening. And I don't know why. Oh shit, that's not good. What is missing? Okay, I need to do some troubleshooting. To be able to install this thing, I need to cut this piece of plastic right here. So let me point it out. Basically, I need to cut down this line and all the way through here and up. So this piece right here with these two screws needs to go away. Otherwise, the 2D radio style doesn't fit. Not an easy job. I'm gonna try to do it and I'll be back. Okay, so I discovered why it wasn't turning on, and I cut the plastic piece, this one, with just a blade and a knife. So with just these two tools I cut the plastic, and the radio wasn't turning on because there is a little plastic thing that needs to be inserted on the back of the display in order to the unit to be able to turn on. It's just like a key. Without that it wasn't turning on. So I went ahead and installed all the covers on the back of the display, and I fixed everything together, and it looks like now it's working. So let me show you. So here we are, the unit. I already push in the frame. It's just, there was just clips, so you just push in and it goes without screws inside. The bracket I was talking about is behind this one, and then you put this with two screws here, this one as well with two little screws. It's very simple, and the instructions are there. Also this cover here and here. That's finished for the display. All the wires are back. There's a lot of space actually, and you can see here and as well here there's a lot of space on the back. By the way, the Alpine display can move quite a bit like this, so you can orient the display as you like, and this gives me as well space to insert the midland radio, because it's I didn't cut anything here to fit the radio. For now I'm just gonna connecting the radio and leave it like this. Let me show you. If I take the radio and I put it in the hole, you can see that I can like leave it like this basically. It can fold off like this, it's just, you know, place it there. But if I, you know, turn the display like this, then it stays. It doesn't came out because the display frame it's against the radio. So I think for now I'm gonna leave it like this and don't wanna cut yet the frame, and we'll see how it goes. If it's good enough, I'm gonna try. Otherwise, if it's like if I wanted to make the display more like vertical, I need to cut the frame so the midline radio can go inside a little bit and give space for the display or something like that. Not sure yet. And right now if I turn on the key, the radio starts.
Anche a me stressa fare le valigie. Quando ero più giovane non vedevo l'ora perché la vacanza
and it's working. It's already on the radio. Everything working as well. The HDMI from the DVR, I need to set it up. The Apple CarPlay, it's working. Very cool to have the map big so I can see everything. And have my music. And of course I need to go through all the settings here. There's a lot of settings to go through, you know. The only problem I still have, so I connected the Raspberry Pi Victron Venus OS system with the HDMI port on the Raspberry Pi, but it's not working. There's no signal on the HDMI port of the Raspberry Pi. Probably because in software I switched to the display port of the Raspberry Pi, so I have the touch panel on the back. So I need to figure out how to give it, not sure if it's possible to have it as well on the HDMI port. I need to research. If you know something about this, let me know in the comment. Otherwise, I need to do something else. And another problem that I have is with the original backup camera, that it's not showing up clearly. Let me show you what I mean. So if I touch here, I can see the backup camera, but the video it's really bad, and I don't know why. I checked online, I connected just two wires, the ground and the video coming from the backup camera, the original wires, into the Alpine camera plug, but that's how it looks, and I mean, it shouldn't be like this, right? So yeah, if you know something about this problem, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend some hours researching on the internet, or I need to contact some Alpine technician and see if they can help me. Still need to understand how it works. There's a lot of things going on this radio. Well, yeah, we'll see. But I mean, it's pretty huge. I think I love it. Now I can put back together, you know, the hair vents and the thing here to cover. and it should be done. In theory, I'm done and I can clean up here. Let me finish to put together everything, install connect the Midland radio and clean up a little bit, and then I'll be back to you. Okay, so everything is clean, everything is where it should be. The radio is working, as well the Midland radio it's working, transmitting. I left this piece right here without screws, so I can still open and access the wires, because I still need to figure out the backup camera, why it's not like showing up properly. Looks like a ground problem or some configuration problem. Still need to dive into the settings, and I'm pretty happy with everything here. It's working, everything really good. I love this radio. I mean, I think it's the best upgrade here in the cab that I made so far. Still need to figure out the place for the microphone. I mean, I want to try to open this and see if I can place it right here. Otherwise, I just gonna place it like in the middle somewhere, or somewhere there. I tried to call a friend and it's working perfectly. So yeah. Okay guys, I think we are at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not a tutorial. If you are still here with me, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. This will really help the channel. Thank you so much for being here with me on this journey, and see you in the next one. Bye.